Lenzen joins me today to muse about our favorite topic, everything real estate. And a great home to buy or sell starts with getting it ready. Andrea, let's talk about home repairs, upgrades, storage, all that kinds of stuff that people love to hear. But let's start with storage. So a lot of times people say they're doing all the things that they need to do to get the home ready, and they put it all in the garage or all in the basement. So, okay, well, obviously you have an opinion on that.
Yeah, I definitely do.
Okay.
I tell them, no, don't do that. Number one, the reason is they start stuffing everything in the garage. People need to see they can fit their cars into the garage. And in the basement, one of the things I tell them, you don't want to put it up against the wall because there's inspections that need to get done, but I don't want it piled in the middle of the floor because people need to walk around and see the space that's available downstairs. So it's really better if they just get a storage locker or a pod or sell some of the things off. I mean, a few boxes are fine, but just don't start putting lots of furniture and mattresses and things like that.
So even in an unfinished space, you want to keep that as open as possible?
Less is more.
Yeah, and what if someone has a completely unfinished lower level? They have nothing, no walls, it's just open storage, the whole thing. Is it okay to have stuff down there?
If it's a big enough and they can keep it very organized and it looks good, then it's perfect. They have some built-in shelves, stick them on the built-in shelves. That will definitely look so much better.
Okay, so organized, neat. We don't want it to look like there could be critters.
Definitely no
so
critters.
Like clean boxes.
Yes, I know. A lot of times people, the stairs that are going down to the basement, sometimes we recommend painting because those get so much wear and tear.
Oh,
and that looks so much nicer too. And then sometimes people even paint the basement floors, because it looks so much nicer. Same thing with garage floors. I know men love an updated garage floor.
Okay.
I mean,
so that's a good thing to do before you sell.
Again, it's your price point, what you want to be. But as much as you can clean and look organized, the better off you are.
What about drywalling garages? Is that something that you feel is important?
It's not a biggie for me.
Okay.
I mean, it really isn't. Recently, we just did a house, and he's going to drywall the whole basement. It's not finished, but I thought it's a good idea because he has a lot of features downstairs, like a wine cellar and a workout room. And this way, the buyer can say, oh, you know what? It's going to be easier to finish this off. So he is drywalling.
So there's just a part of that basement that was not drywalled.
Correct.
So what about if somebody had a completely unfinished basement and they said, should we just drywall the exterior walls?
No, I wouldn't bother with that.
I think that's also, it's a red flag, what's behind that drywall.
It's a good point,
Are there
too.
cracks, that kind of thing?
Right.
Yeah.
And, also sometimes there's leakage. Make sure those things are fixed, because when we talk about repairs too, one of the things that the seller wants to do is make sure everything is in good working order, because what you don't want is that time of the building inspection gets done, then the buyer wants to renegotiate the price because they perceive things are going to cost so much more than what it really does to get it fixed.
So you recommend to home sellers to get the repairs done that they are aware need to be fixed?
Absolutely. Even have a pre-inspection done, just so be on the safe side. You don't want any objections at all whatsoever in the house.
And you don't want surprises,
right?
Absolutely
not.
That's a difficult part of the process when you go, you've got a buyer, you've got an accepted, agreed upon price, and then all of a sudden you get the list of repairs, right?
And I think that's happened to you, where you need a new hot water heater or whatever. I mean, so things like that can happen.
Yeah, so we want to be careful about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all right, so keep the garage clean and neat. Don't put all your extra stuff there. You want to be able to show that you can park cars in that garage.
Absolutely.
And then same with the basement. So if it's unfinished, you want to be able to show that it's finishable.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So these are some really great tips. Anything else on the storage?
Again, talking about the closets, pantries, linen closets, just make sure they're decluttered. I know sometimes it's hard to keep the kids' bedrooms, closets organized, but again, it's the perception. If it's only 50% filled, then people are going to say, wow, there's a lot of storage
and
here.
I've heard you tell sellers before to get rid of the extra hangers.
Oh my gosh, extra hangers.
They take up a lot of room. We don't realize
You don't realize how much.
So that's a good tip.
And I'd love a tip. I mean, they don't have to go do this, but if they had the same kind of hangers throughout, it looks so much nicer.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does.
There you go. So the same kind of hangers. Good tips with you today, Andrea. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for joining us for another segment of Real Life. I'm Sarah Bernard, and I hope you keep coming back for more great tips and insider secrets about real estate.